Hi everyone. It is a pleasure to be here, and sorry that I could not be in person there. I really wanted to be there, but maybe next time. Okay, I'm Behrouz Shabestari. I'm a director of National Technology Center at NIBIB, and I have multiple hats. I manage AI portfolio. I also do some of the CTs. Basically, I do everything, but I'm also acting division director. And most of the people over there that they are speaking, I know them, and I enjoyed all the talk yesterday. It was a great talk, not today. So what I'm going to do, there's nothing new to say for the people they don't know. I'm just going to overview the NIBIB and then answer any question you have in the end and talk about the mechanism that only NIBIB does. NIBIB is one of the 27 institute and center, is a very small one, is in the corner in here. We have, our budget is about 440 million. That's only 1% of NIH budget. However, we put ourselves in the middle because we serve all of the other IC, because we are a technology development and a computational. So we've been, when we do the project, applies to all of the disease and all of the technology that other IC offer. At our division, at our center in NIBIB, we have 4 divisions. We have a division of applied science, that these are the imaging division, all there's the imaging stuff in here. And then we have the division of bioengineering, that it's about biochemical and bionic system, robotic system. This is the bioengineering, and those all sub-area. Then I manage the division of health informatics, that is the AI and biomedical informatics, data science, digital health, point of care, and actually lately I'm trying to do augmented reality. We also have a division of training, that they offer training grants and they do offer training application. Our Director Bruce Stromberg, he puts computational and data science and AI in the middle. Basically, our division is a post-processing. It serves all other divisions. We do cover most of the funding mechanism that the NIH covers, but the specific one to us, it is a Trailblazer, that is R21. I will explain it, and then there is a BPI, Bioengineering Partnership, and then the National Technology Center that I manage. And also I will briefly talk about the MIDRIC, the repository. We are technology development. Basically, if you have an application that is using the technology, we're not interested. We are everything we receive, it has to be technical and technological development, and it has to apply for broad area, not only unique area. If you are applying technology only for the cancer, I'm going to tell you go to the NCI. If it's about heart and lung or cardiac, I'm going to say go to the Heart and Lung Institute. But if you're using for a validation for a cancer, but applies for other things, then we will be interested. Trailblazer is unique for the NIBIB. It is a 3 years, $400,000 project. Is only $400,000 a year, and it's only for the new and early stage investigators. So senior people cannot apply for this. Senior is the one that they have received R01. There should be no preliminary data in this FOA. You can have only half a page data not related to aims. It's something that shows that you are capable of doing the job, and that is limited to the half a page and 1 images. It has to be high risk, high reward projects. The new one we have that we started and next year is a bioengineering partnership with the industry. We used to have a BRP, that it was a bioengineering research partnership. It was partnership between different department or different division, but in here we require the partnership has to be an industry partner. It is a UO1, is NIBIB, but NEI and NIA and NCI participate. And the goal is to drive development and adaptation and basically early development of the technology, like in the prototype stage or pre-market stage. The goal is to establish robust engineering solution to a problem in the biomedical research and develop a strategic alliance and realize specific development within the 5 to 10 years. So it is a 5 years, but you can renew it for another 5 years. The key in here, it would be that he has to have at least one academic partner and one industrial organization. And for each institute, it has to be within the mission of that institute. As I mentioned, is a UO1, is a clinical application optional, but is encouraged. It is a milestone driven, so it has had milestone, and you have to have an interim report to show that you are staying right in the milestone. Duration, as I mentioned, is 5 years. It can be renewed for the second 5 years. And then the budget is can request over 500K. If you request over 500K, you need to provide a white paper, and we have to evaluate that, and that has to be 6 weeks before the submission date. And for NIH, our limit is 600K per year in a direct cost, but the other IC may have a different limitation. If you submit it under 500K, no white paper is needed, and there is no percentile for this. Basically, it's a select pay. Again, I repeat, the cost require industrial partnership, and is encouraged. We encourage the early stage and mid-career investigator for this. Something that is not unique to the NIBIB, it is at the NIH, but I just wanted to mention because it's important, is a CATS early stage investigator research. This applies only for the earliest stage, not even new investigator. Earliest stage, that means they have to be in the first 10 years of their career. And in this one is the RO1, is for 5 years and must not include preliminary data. One of the challenges in here, it has to be something that is not your area of that you've been working on. You have to be transit to a new area. How we evaluate that, I'm still not sure, but the reviewer evaluate that it has to be new area. So if you're not doing anything in AI and you want to apply the AI with what you're doing, then what happens, you can apply for this one. There's not too many applications in here. It has started not last January, just January before, and I encourage for the early staging people to consider that if they switch in their area from their postdoc or other that they were doing. Now I mentioned, I will talk about biomedical technology as is close to my heart. This is National Center for Biomedical Imaging and Bioengineering. It starts with a technology research and development project. We call it TR&D. It's usually 3 or 4 technology and research and development projects in here. Those are the foundation. Each one of those projects is like a RO1. Then it has to be distinct. It has to be multidisciplinary, but they have to synergy between these three entities. If we read them as a 3 independent RO1, we will not interested. It has to be ambitious effort and leading to the practical tools. This is not, it starts with the research. This is the research that senior people doing it for many years. And then they have a demand for what they're doing, and they're trying to combine this and disseminate it to the public through the collaborators or the service project. So it has to be existing work that is being expand and build on that work. So there is a 2 kind of partner here, collaborative project and a service project. Collaborative project, there's the collaboration, is a 2-way street. The center gives them the technology they have, and they have to benefit from this technology, but in return, they have to push the center to do more, to ask for something new, for new technology. And the service project are just the end user. They take advantage of the project or tools or technology that the center develops. Both of these collaborative and service projects have to have been an active funded award. So they have to be funded. It doesn't have to be NIH. It can be from NSF. It can be from internal funding, but they have to have a funding for the period that they collaborated. I repeat, there's a push-pull interaction. So the center pushes the technology to the collaborator and they pulls it back from there for new technology. And again, the service has to be active funding as well, but they only utilize. And sometimes after a while, they send service project and they can become collaborative, or the collaborative project that they use in technology, they don't want to collaborate, just use it, they become service project. In top of that, centers offers training for the all level for postdoc, undergraduate, clinician, and scientists. And then there's a dissemination. They have to provide publication. Usually they get a lot of publication, patents, licenses, and a spin-up. And there's an administration that it watches for the group. Again, when there's a TR&D, they have to have a interaction with each other, and then each one can serve the collaborative and service project. And each TR&D can serve multiple service projects. It has to be very unique. If somebody's interested on this one, the first question I'm going to ask is, what is unique about it? Why should I come to that center to do this? And then it has to be innovative, cutting edge, and challenging field in complex but multidisciplinary and distinct. And it has to be high risk, test-bed, and ambitious effort for the tools and technology development. Basically, it's a resource project driven by needs of the community, that is CP and SP, and that need has to be in a distributed geographically all over the US. It has to have a national impact. It cannot be a local. And then I mentioned there's a training component, and then there is a administrative component. Something I should mention that, the PIs have to be senior, not assistant level. They have to be associate or full level, and they have to be pioneer and well-known PI. And the PI, there's a main PI and there's a lead, each TR&D has a lead PI. All the lead PI, they have to have a grant or past grants, R01 or R01 type. And the center has advisory board as well. Something interesting, these are our current center. We cover all the spectrum here. These are the logo of the centers I have. We have, at this time, I think I have a 26 center. And there is, you can see there's an overlap, like this PET center, it has works in this area as well as the MRI area problem. So we cover a whole spectrum. At the same time, we cover the biological scales. These are in cell scale, a couple of center works here, tissue, and the muscular system, cardiovascular, and all other ones. So there's an overlap. And at this time, I'm doing quarterly webinar that combine the one that they have overlapping technology, 3 or 4 of them, to talk together and present it. The next one is April 3rd, next week at 2 to 4 p.m. and it's open for the public, but you have to register. It is 4 center talking. This is about data science and intervention. 4 of the centers talking. Each one will talk 20 minutes with 10-minute question and answer. And this is my second one. The first one was in molecular imaging. To show that how important these are the collaborator and service project is about 500 of them. These are work with those 20 centers, and they cover as many as a national impact. They cover all United States, also internationally. And just to use a simple example on one of my center, this is a virtual clinical training center. There's a 3T R&D. One of them is a virtual phantom, virtual machine, and virtual doctors. There's interaction between them, and then that is a center I manage personally. And it is in the Duke University. The final things I'd like to talk about it would be the Medical Imaging and Data Resource Center. This is something we funded for the COVID. It is a repository of the data. It's a multi-institutional, works with the AAPM, RSNA, and ACR, managed by University of Chicago. Basically, everybody that has a COVID data in CT and X-ray can upload to this center. They clean it, they make it available for the AI, and they do all kind of cleaning, harmonization, curation, and de-identification. It is basically a large repository of plus AI. The goal is to use this clean data to develop AI algorithm. At this time, the total data information is there is 300,000. They have clean 290 that is undergoing, and it grows from that 300. At this time, they have 192 that they de-identified, curation, quality control, annotation, and harmonization. And then they separate this for two groups. One group is a sequestered data, and 20%, they keep this 20% for the validation, and they do not share it with the public. There's 117,000 cases available for a download, and is free of charge. If anybody wants, you can download this and use it for the AI or other development. The goal is to expand this in the future for something that I should mention, their impact. They have 30 plus publication, and the publications are different area in data curation, and their tools for the curation or harmonization should be available for the public. And they have 24 collaborating projects and 100 plus investigators from academia. And the collaboration and investigator can be added there. If you are interested, you can contact the organization that is Chicago. And they have a website, MIDRIC.org, and all the data is there and all other information. What comes next with this one? We are looking for funding, if NIH and other funding, to be able to expand this to other organs other than just the lung, increase the modality, other than CT and chest X-ray to the MRI and ultrasound, and then chronic diseases, and have the repository for imaging in general, and make it ready for AI and algorithm development. Something that I personally am not happy. I was hoping to see a lot of algorithm in here. I have not. We have put a challenge grant, and actually one of the people that is sitting there, Go Hong, has won the challenge to take in this data and come up with the algorithm for detection of the COVID. But I'm hoping to use all this data for the algorithm development, and I'm pushing on it. I thought to mention that take up opportunity about the funding opportunity in the AI related at NCI. These are some that I find out, but if you look, there's a NOC and there's a call for the AI related application. And I have the numbers here. I can make this slide available. And then I realized that OD has also supplement for the AI related, but the two they have is expiring on the May of this year. Administrative supplement is something that you add for the existing grant, and it's for 1 year or 2 years. And the other one, the NOCs can be the same way, but the first one is a call for application. Thank you, and I'd be happy to answer any question you may have.